Jerry O'Connell, welcome.
Thank you.
I decided to have you on again.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Because my fridge was so interesting?
No, Jerry, because you were probably the most, I'm going to say, disrespectful guest that we've ever had on the podcast. Yeah, this is a gotcha. This is a gotcha interview. You didn't even know.
Dan, that's impossible. I'm not a disrespectful person.
The first time that you were on this podcast, where did you record it from?
Oh, probably like a car or something.
You were in your car.
Yeah.
You were in your car. People have home studios.
Yeah, people get upset at that.
People come over to my place.
Yeah.
You were in your car on your phone like this. It wasn't even like locked into anything.
You know, I don't have really good Wi-Fi at my house. I have 2 teenage daughters that I live with who are
famous. You're famous.
I know, but they're
you can't get good
continually like
Wi-Fi?
on social media that just is like being like all the information is being shipped overseas. It's I have no Wi-Fi at my house, and I find the best place to do any sort of like Zoom or anything is in the comfort of my car.
Yeah.
Where I have full 5G, 5 bars.
Okay. And then
So I wasn't being disrespectful. I was actually being respectful. That said, I had to do a work thing a couple weeks ago, and I was doing it from my car, and we were leading up to a bigger work thing where we were going to have to like pitch a show to bosses. And one of the guys I was working with was like, "And you're going to be at home, right?" And I went, "No, I normally do this from my car." And he went, I'm not okay with that. I want you to be at home." And by the way, I did it at home, and you know what happened?
the Wi-Fi went out.
Wi-Fi went out.
Oh.
That's what you get, man.
Wow.
That's what you get.
How do you not have Wi-Fi? That's crazy to me.
I just I live
You live off the grid.
I live a half a mile off a main road.
Yeah.
And there's a park, and we just cannot get like fiber optics through there. So I use a satellite internet that is owned by someone who I can't even mention who owns it. I'll get in trouble.
Very bad guy. We used to be friends.
I don't even want to say it. And it is normally an extremely good service. Extremely good service.
Yeah.
Especially if you need satellite Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But it's extremely good. But it is not like, it's not crystal clear for Dan Adhoot's Let Me Poke Around in Your Fridge podcast.
I think that when you were in your car on the episode, because you're saying you weren't disrespectful, at some point you even said, listen, we got to wrap this up. The light turned green. I got to go. Something along those lines. But I'm very excited to have you back because you're one of my favorite people.
Yeah. Full disclosure, everybody. Dan and I are personal friends. We talk to each other often.
We do.
We're friends off camera.
On Signal. We talk on Signal.
Do we?
No, I'm kidding. We are very good friends on and off the camera. And I have gone out to dinner with you a few times.
Yeah, a bunch of times. It's been fun. It's really fun for me because Dan is single and I am not. So when we go out, Dan's like on the prowl.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
He's on the town. And by the way, I want to tell you, I've seen Dan in the arena. And Dan has game.
Whoa.
Game.
This guy? Who, this guy?
Real game. He comes off as like, I have a podcast about looking in your fridge. I'm just a comedian, whatever.
God.
But man, he is a full-on assassin when you're out there in those streets.
First of all, if I have game, you, my friend, are Milton Bradley. Sir Milton Bradley.
It's over for me though.
I know, but you are you're a fun person.
Yeah.
The party comes to you.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of wait a second. Are you Kangaroo Jack?
Right. Sure.
There's a lot of that fun.
A lot of that, but it's sort of it's over for me, as is going to be evident of looking inside of my fridge. By the way, Dan, I want to tell you, I was thinking about you and coming here today and having you poke around my fridge.
Yeah.
We live in a digital age where everybody's got a podcast idea and got all these podcasts out there.
Yeah.
This is a really fun idea for a podcast. It's really funny. When I was thinking about the contents of my refrigerator, it really is, it tells everything you need to know about someone, and at the same time, it's very revealing about who that person is.
Yes.
And at the same time, I meant to say it's really fun to talk about. It's like asking someone, "Hey, what do you do to work out?" And someone's like, "I'm so glad you asked me that.
Yeah.
I do a lot of core work." People love, "Hey, where are you? What's your background? Where are you from?"
Yeah.
So glad you asked me that.
Yeah, and we ask what's in your fridge, which you can see Jerry O'Connell's fridge on my Instagram at StandUpDan. Here we go. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the first thing that I think when I see your fridge, you got a skinny fridge.
Yeah.
You got a skinny Ozempic-y fridge.
Yeah, not a big fridge. We don't have a big kitchen. We have terrible Wi-Fi, and we have little appliances.
Tell me, what is the point of becoming famous and marrying a world famous supermodel?
Right, I'm married to Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah.
Look it up. We're in an older house, so there's not a huge kitchen. It's not one of those modern, massive kitchens.
Yeah.
It's a 100-year-old house, so it's a smaller kitchen.
Yeah. It's a
About
char. It's a
100 years ago,
Pilgrim's.
I don't even know if they had refrigerator. They had like ice boxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
They have newer houses.
I know, but
They make them.
I know, but we're in an older house,
It's charming.
and you know what? Also, my wife is European, and I think Europeans don't have big fridges. I think they're all about.
Where is she from?
She's from Holland. She's from.
Oh, she's Dutch?
Yeah.
Romagen.
Romaine.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Romaine.
Rame?
No, not Romaine. Okay, that's Latin. Romaine.
Romaine.
No, you're still doing
I'm
that.
saying exactly what you're
No,
saying.
you're doing it. You're just too influenced by Latin languages. This is. Wait, is it Flemish? Is that what they call these sort of languages? Yeah, I think it's Flemish. It's a Flemish. It's. No, you're still doing the. No, you're doing the. You're rolling
riveting
your R's,
audio.
bro.
Riveting audio.
Romaine.
Romaine.
But my wife is European, and I think they're into like buying fresh food and having fresh food and just
Right.
putting it in the fridge for a day.
Yes.
And not storing food. I think it's a pretty new American thing to be like, going to have a freezer and we're going to freeze this meat
Yeah.
for months.
Yeah, I
And
killed an
it's-
elk.
And you
this-
freeze it for that'll feed me
year.
all winter. You
Yeah.
know. And my wife is all about like buying
Holland.
food that day.
We go to
and
the
bringing it in.
market, and then we get some tulips, and then we get this fresh Gouda cheese.
That's German. You're doing a German accent.
It's the same
And I feel like you. I feel like you could have told that story without using the accent, man. I'm just saying. No. They all sound like this. This is what all of her Dutch relatives sound like, and so I think they buy like cheese and meat and dairy, and it's all very like protein heavy,
Yeah.
like very protein heavy food, fat heavy food.
Yeah.
And they put it in the refrigerator
Yeah.
just for a day or two, and then you eat it, and that is it.
Mm.
So yes, I do have a thin fridge.
You have a thin fridge. You have a lot of berries in the fridge.
A lot of berries.
It's a huge. Okay, so actually, let's start on the top row. Top row, I'm seeing what looks like a sort of like I'm at an IKEA, and they're selling these bowls. Like
Right.
you got these.
So you
five
see
bowls.
5 bowls there.
5 bowls, one
This
on top,
is-
stacked on top of the other, like as if you don't have storage. Do you also
Yeah.
not have cabinets in this tiny pilgrim fridge that you live in?
This is really interesting. I'm going to tell you about that. We have 5 dogs,
Okay.
and in the summer months, I make their food. And because it's so hot in Southern California, specifically the San Fernando Valley, where I reside,
Right.
that I chill their food. And so I feed them when they're finished eating. I prepare their meals, put it in the fridge, and they way prefer cold meals.
Okay. First of all, a couple things.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready for a fight. You want to make fun of me for that?
Yes,
Let's
I
go.
do. I do.
First fight on your podcast.
They're fucking dogs, and they're fine with whatever food you're giving them.
You shut your mouth, Dan Adhu. I moved away from the mic. You shut your mouth.
You're
My dogs get whatever they want.
So you're telling me when I open your fridge, it's gonna smell like freaking dog food?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You disgust me.
The
There's-
dog food is
there's just,
it's
like,
fresh
open-
dog food. It's fresh dog food, man. It's fresh dog food, and in the summer months
It's
they
next to
prefer
your milk. It's next to your eggs.
they
There's-
prefer cold dog food. They do. Like a vichyssoise, like a oh god, help me out. A vichyssoise, that's right.
What's the vichyssoise?
Isn't that like a cold soup?
Oh, like a
Come on,
No,
Dan.
like the
Don't
like
make me
the
look it
Spanish
up.
thing.
Yeah,
Like,
a gazpacho. Boom!
gazpacho.
I thought you were the food guy. Who's the food guy now, motherfucker?
Cold dog food. So wait, how do you know they like it more? Did you ask them? Do
You
have
can
a
just tell.
You have a helmet you put on them?
No,
that
you can just tell.
makes them speak English.
You could just tell. As everyone could tell, Dan is not a
Are you
dog.
Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah. So that's their top row. That's for their food. As you can see, there is a sparkling non-alcoholic cider up there as well.
Okay.
That's for my kids who are teenagers. I was going to pop that open. They just finished school this year, and one of them was struggling a lot with algebra, algebra 2.
I thought you were going to say alcohol, because that would have been the normal.
They're struggling with that too. But algebra 2, and we were going to pop that open when she passed, because we got her a tutor and all that, but she didn't pass. So we didn't. The cider's just going to stay there.
You know, we don't like
Summer
to
school.
shame teenagers.
Well,
on
I didn't
this
tell you their
podcast.
name. I have multiple children.
Okay.
And I'm still kind of bummed about it because I'm going to tell you, I spent thousands of dollars on a math tutor, and it didn't do shit, Dan. It didn't do shit. An F is an F, and we didn't, pull the nose up at all. And
Well, maybe she has other skills. What else? What is she good at? Second row of the fridge, you've got your eggs on the left there, and then you've got, are those serums? Are those like serums for the dogs? Because the dog's like an eye mask, maybe?
so you'll see on the second row, by the way, it's thinner. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's a thin row. You get to make the rows as thin as you want, right? It's like a mix and match.
Yeah, I got to tell you, for those who might just be listening to this podcast and not seeing it, when you have shelves in a refrigerator or a freezer, you determine the width of those shelves.
Yes, like the up-down width.
Yeah. Do you want to, make it enough to put a little bowl of berries in there, or do you want to make it big enough to put I don't know,
carton of milk.
A carton of milk. So my second row is a little thin.
It's razor thin.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
razor
because
thin.
we typically put. You'll see a little pewter bowl there to the right.
Yes, I see it.
That's our cat food. One of our cats
Oh.
likes the cat food cold.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Likes the cat food cold, and it's also cat food that is delivered. It's fresh cat food. Yeah. By the way, Dan, you saw 5 dog bowls. There's 5 dogs there. Please don't report me, anyone, because this is definitely illegal. I don't have a license or anything. This is the Friends of Adhood cone of silence, everybody. And we have 4 cats. 4. Yeah, and one of my cats likes cold food, and we put it in that pewter dish because the dog's always trying to eat the cat food and knock the bowls over. So you got to use a pewter dish so it doesn't break. And one of my cats loves their fresh cat food cold, and we love our animals.
Is this a cry for help?
No, it isn't.
It sounds like it might be.
No, it sounds like you're crying for help because you don't have any love in your life. You don't have any pets. You have a pet?
I don't have a pet.
You have a pet?
I have a plant.
Yeah, why don't you start with like a turtle or something? Have fun with that. And maybe you'll learn some love. Yeah. We have a house filled with love. So that's our cats. And you're right.
I actually did get little koi for my pond in the back.
Oh, that's cool.
And on day 3,
Oh no. They
I
didn't make
came
it.
back home and there were
Yeah.
fish bones outside of
Oh,
the
so
pond.
someone ate the fish?
Yes. Well, I think it's an animal, not a person.
Right.
I don't think a person came in and ate the fish.
I think of animals as people, so that's why I said someone.
Apparently you do.
Yeah, that's and the
Wait,
blue.
so let me get this straight. How many cats do you have?
4,
And one of them likes cold food?
just one.
How do you know the others don't like cold food?
Because I put it out and they were like, "Whoa, no, I want it room temp."
So one of them will get the cold food.
Yep.
And the 3 get it room temp.
Yep. By the way, this is why I was like, Dan's gonna have a field day with this podcast. It's why it's such a good podcast idea.
This is more animal stuff
Yeah.
than human
So the blue stuff is my daughter.
No wonder your daughter can't focus on algebra because she's malnourished.
My
because
daughter-
all the fridge space is taken up. You have a tiny fucking fridge, and it's all for bespoke pet food temperatures.
And the blue stuff is face serum for my daughters.
It is face
It's like Zik cream or something.
It is face. Do you guys get influenced face cream? Do you get influenced face cream?
No,
or-
that's purchased at like a dermatologist, at
Oh,
like
so you
a
purchased-
at a like a esthetician.
If anyone's listening, any estheticians listening, this is a influencing opportunity. If you want the O'Connell Romaine family to use your products, they're paying right now.
Yeah, I think that's specifically something that one of my daughters uses. I don't think we're just going to willy-nilly put stuff on our face. That's like something that has to be chilled and
I
something
just
my
want
daughter uses.
to focus on the fact that we still haven't talked about any human food yet. It's been face serums,
Yeah,
dog food,
sure.
and cat food.
Well, you are not mentioning the whole milk on the top shelf.
There
That
is whole milk on the top.
whole milk, not organic, not oat milk or anything. We are a big dairy milk family. I talked about this last time I was on your show. Dairy, regular milk.
You say we're a big dairy family.
Big dairy family.
But you have like this looks like a single guy's fridge. A single guy this does not look like a family fridge. Do you have like a bunch of kids and like a wife and stuff? Like you have one of those like little tiny milk things, like the little quarts.
Yeah, we had a bigger one, but then I got a smaller one. I have to make room for all the dog food and stuff. It's summer. They like the colder dog food. So I get the skinnier milk just because we need more room. In the
Okay.
summer months I get the what is it, like it's not a half gallon is the big one. Quarter gallon. What's a skinny milk?
I think a quart.
A quart,
Is
yeah.
a quart a quarter
Quart.
gallon? I never knew that's what a quart stands for.
Yeah, I guess a quart is a quarter gallon. A quart.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at you. It's like the metric system. I guess you're a metric guy. You're smart. You love
I'm
that.
very worldly. Very
I go
European.
both ways. I go both ways.
Yeah, you are you are
By measury.
bimetrical.
By metric. By measure.
Bimetrical.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's like berry. It's like you guys have a fucking berry farmers
A
market.
lot of berry stuff. We have
on your third. First of all, look at how big. Okay, the third shelf is so huge.
yeah.
But you don't need that. Like you have bowls like stacked on top of bowls.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bowl stacking there.
Yeah.
Rather,
we could actually use one more shelf. I should actually look into the fridge manufacturer. I don't know what fridge company
It
is.
says Thermador on top. If Thermador is listening,
Yeah, it's a good fridge. It really is. I love the double lighting. I mean, lighting in fridges, that technology, it used to just be one light bulb back in
still
my
have
day.
one. I have one up top.
Yeah, no.
And if my top is filled up, it's darkness all over. This has like good side lighting.
Yeah.
On the
really good.
That's
it's good
pretty
for
awesome.
selfies in there.
Yeah, that's great.
But you'll see a lot of berries. There's a young lady who sells fresh fruit down the street from us out of a truck. She's there every day. I buy fruit from her every other day.
from her truck,
From her truck. Every other day.
is this stuff that she grows herself?
I think it's direct, like farm to truck. I think it's farm to
It's
truck.
F to T.
Yeah.
I-
I actually have to tell you, she's such a nice lady. I don't know if it's like real or not. It could be like she could just be buying it at a Costco or
stealing
something.
it.
She could be
Stealing
buying it at Costco and bringing it over and saying, but it is explained to me that it was just picked that morning. I don't care. She's such a nice lady. I always tip her. I give her cash. I love small businesses like that. And she works so hard. And I always buy fruit. I have teenage children. They love noshing on fruit, picking strawberries, cherries,
Yes.
blueberries.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
As you can see next to that, there is more fresh cat food to the left of those strawberries. That is right to the left of those strawberries is where we get a delivery of fresh cat food that must immediately be refrigerated. Immediately.
Okay, so thus far, every single row of this fridge has animal food on it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is, and you get it delivered. So you have to go buy berries out of a fucking truck.
Yeah.
But the animal food gets delivered, white glove delivery service into the home.
Yeah. You're telling me you've been doing this podcast for 17 years and you've never had someone who had their pet's food in the fridge?
Not to this extent.
Okay.
And there's a lot of shame around it. There's
there's no
typically
shame.
a lot of shame. Like I was like, what's that thing there? And like, oh my God, I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up.
Yeah.
What's that? It's
Yeah.
my dog's food.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I should have taken it out.
Not for me. I got to tell you, there's shame about how much food I have for my kids in there. I wish I had more food for my pets in there. That's how little, I have no shame. No shame, Dan. No shame at all. I wish I could fill my whole fridge with just stuff for my pets. I love my pets. I love them.
Where did it all go south?
You know what's so funny?
You were,
When my
you were a
wife
heartthrob. You were a Hollywood
when my
heartthrob.
wife adopted our first cat, I was like, I don't want this cat. I don't want this fucking cat. I hate cats. I hate cats. That cat has passed now. That cat was my best friend. I slept with that cat every night. That cat used to do this thing. She would jump into bed and play with, like, grab my toes like they were like wild animals, and she would bite them. And I'd be like, Sassy, get up here, Sassy. And then she'd come and she'd like curl up next to my head and sleep right there next to my head all night, just motor running. And just right there, motor running. And she was my best friend. And this was like close to 20 years ago. So
Weren't you like on the one of these like people's sexiest men lists at some point?
yeah,
What's happening now?
I love my animals. I'm
What's
not
going on?
You think I'm going to backpedal here and be like, you're right. This is weird. It isn't weird. You're weird, man. You're weird. You need to get some pets and you need to start getting them some fresh food. What else can I show you? Oh, I sent some other photos.
Oh, yeah,
if we
can we
want
go
to
to- can we go to-
load them up? Yeah.
Let's go to the other photos.
Oh, here we go. This is a funny story here.
Okay, let's see. So that's a Kerrygold.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the.
Yeah, but let's. Okay, so let me explain this story.
Okay.
For those who are watching, I'm gonna try and explain this image with my words.
You can also see it on my Instagram at Stand Up Dan.
There's a large pound of butter there. Okay.
Okay.
I bought it at a bulk supermarket called. I won't give it a plug, but its initials are Smart and Final.
I don't know if you know what the word initials means.
So they have a brand called First Street, and when it comes to things like butter, eggs, I just get them there. You know, milk. I just think that I think you can buy these things in bulk. But
so you
when it
shop
comes,
at a Smart and Final?
yeah,
Jerry O'Connell shops at a Smart and Final.
100%. Shout out Smart and Final, Ventura and Fallbrook, San Fernando Valley.
Have you ever gotten recognized there?
Yeah, a lot.
And do people say,
Quite a bit.
"What? Did you get lost? Are you okay?"
I gotta tell you, I actually saw Angeline there once, famous starlet here in Hollywood. The young lady who drives around in the pink Corvette, Angeline.
I don't know who that is.
I'll show you. She's a star here in Hollywood. So a lot of famous people go there. But by the way, I love Topo Chico. I like things like that. I buy at a bulk store. I do not have a Costco card, so I'm not there. But so my daughter will only eat Kerrygold butter, which comes from Trader Joe's. I think.
Well, you can get it anywhere.
You can get it anywhere, but it's the fancy Irish butter
Irish.
at Trader Joe's.
Yes, very yellow. I like the yellow color.
Right. And I'm like, well, you're just cooking with it. It's okay to use this bulk butter when you're cooking.
Yeah.
You don't have to use Kerrygold when you're cooking.
Okay.
If we're pulling out fresh biscuits from the oven and we're in Ireland, yes, you can use the Kerrygold and spread it on the warm biscuits. But if you're making eggs,
You don't need
just
Kerrygold.
yeah, slap some First Street butter in there.
Yeah, First Street. Yeah, get the butter.
First
from,
Street is the brand from Smart and Final, which for
Yeah.
those who aren't from California is like a bulk supermarket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my daughter.
Well.
There we go. And my daughter's like, I'm not doing it. I only cook with Kerrygold.
Right.
And I'm like, it
you're-
doesn't. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You're cooking it. It's gonna burn. Just this should be your cooking butter, and use the Kerrygold. I think there's one right there.
As a finishing butter.
Put that on your toast. There it is. There's a Kerrygold to the left. And my daughter was like, I don't give a shit what you say. I'm not cooking with your cheap ass butter. Okay? Just because you're cheap and all you do is put the dog and cat food in here and we have no food. We're so hungry, Dad. So as a joke, I got Kerrygold, but I cut it out and I glued it onto the First Street butter.
That's very funny.
So that was a joke that I did for my kids.
That is a very fun.
This is a drawer now that you're getting a view into. As you can see, we are condiment savers.
My God, yes.
Especially if it comes from
Chick-fil-A.
yeah, there it is, the Chick-fil-A secret sauce. We love that stuff. We always ask for extra sauce and we keep it in there. Underneath, you'll maybe see some packets of like the secret sauce from In-N-Out. I don't know if you ever get those.
Cool.
And if you look to the right, that's my pill bowl.
It's a beautiful bowl. It looks like Japanese pottery.
It is a pottery bowl. It's my pill bowl. And at the top there is a little pill I take called Viviscal. Dan, are you familiar with Viviscal?
No, does it give you a weird attraction to your animals that is unnatural and intense?
Viviscal, I said to my wife one day, my wife who once a supermodel, always a supermodel.
Yeah.
Rebecca Ramin.
Yeah.
Say it.
Ramen.
You're still doing the rolling R's, man.
Ramen.
You're never going to get a hot Dutch model. You're never going to get
Does
one.
she call it ramen lettuce?
We should. But I said to my wife one day, I was like, man, my hair doesn't feel as like thick as it used. I used to have such good hair. Or maybe I saw a photo of myself when I was younger, and I was like,
Yeah.
you used to have such good hair. By the way, Dan, can you believe how long my hair is these days?
It looks great.
I know. Here, feel it.
It looks luscious.
Put your hands in it.
It's really nice.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get to why it's so nice.
Okay.
My wife said, why don't you just take Viviscal?
Okay.
And I said, what is Viviscal? And my wife said, that's what we all took in the 90s as models to get full hair. Found it, looked it up online. You can buy it over the counter. You don't have to like go to Tijuana.
I was gonna say, can you like only get it from India?
No. You don't have to have a weird like online consultation with Dr. Boombatsa and see if you can get a prescription for something that's highly illegal and then smuggle it into the country.
Also, shout out to Dr. Boombatsa.
It's actually it's an old Rodney Dangerfield joke. I went to go see my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombatsa. Viviscal, and I gotta tell you, I really do feel like my hair is like way.
Really?
I just feel like I have hair, man.
I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, and it's not like Rogaine or anything like that. It's an over the counter, and it's like healthy. Feel it, man.
Was this? I have a question, because when I
Damn,
said
that was really like kind of affectionate the way you just touched
I
my
did
hair.
at the end. I gave you a little scalp massage there.
You really
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
Dan. Thank you.
Yeah. See, I can love. First of all, was there your whole reason for coming on to this podcast to promote Viviscal? Because it seems like
No, I'm not paid by any of these people. I'm not paid by. I don't have any. By the way, you were like, why don't you talk to influencers? I don't get shit for free. Like none of this. You think I'm a Kardashian? Look at this fridge. Like, I don't even have shelf space. No, but I just, it's so interesting. Again, Dan, it's why this podcast is so fun because people, like, this is a secret. I've never talked about taking those pills.
the Viviscal.
Yeah.
Do you think this is gonna like get picked up by the media and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, Jerry O'Connell's secret sauce has been a secret pill"?
I didn't really think about
Viviscal.
I didn't really think about the media. I just thought about your listeners and stuff. All right, let's go to this next drawer. 'Cause
Okay,
this
next
is pretty
drawer.
interesting.
Okay, we've got Mexican style blend shredded cheese.
So that is
that looks like it's Smart and Final.
it is. It's It's actually Kroger, which I believe is probably part of the Smart and Final.
Yeah, the parent
brand.
company. Yeah.
But I do have to get Mission
Tortillas?
tortillas. My children who are teenagers love making cheese quesadillas. Love it.
Okay.
So they like Mission whole wheat tortillas.
Okay.
And they love the Mexican mixed cheese, which I believe is one of those things you can buy. You'll see that's a larger in bulk package there. I believe when you're buying Mexican mixed Mexican style cheese,
Yeah.
you don't have to go to Erewhon or you don't have to go to a cheese store for that.
Right.
That's just like old school
Yeah,
cheddar, white cheese, boom, give it to me good.
Funny enough, I think the Mexican style cheese blend is an American invention. I think it's probably like a Tex-Mexy thing. I don't think if you go to Mexico and you get a quesadilla, they're using what
Okay.
they would call.
Well, I'm just
regular
saying on the
cheese
package
blend.
there, it says Mexican
I wasn't
style
hey,
cheese.
I wasn't attacking.
Yeah, I'm just saying I didn't come up with that. No, I just want to say,
No.
like, call it whatever you want, and I don't want any appropriation. I don't want to be accused of like appropriating
Whoa.
anything. I didn't call it that.
I-
It says it on the package,
I
Dan.
know.
So if you have an issue, take it up with Smart and Final and their
Okay.
bulk packaging of cheese, because you're sort of attacking me right now and saying that I came up with that and just assumed it was Mexican cheese when it says on the package right there, Mexican style cheese. Oh, and more berries.
Those blueberries. Yeah, let's get to those, I guess.
Yeah, that's blueberries. My kids love blueberries, and I'll tell you, as a fruit, blueberries keep a little bit longer.
I got blackberries from Trader Joe's a couple days ago.
Yeah.
By the time I got home to my fridge, there was mold on them.
Yeah, a lot of mold with berries.
Done.
A lot of mold with
No,
berries.
I think it's more of a Trader Joe's problem than a berry problem. There's something up. I don't know if they have like a force field in the store that once you take things out, like there's like a countdown starts. It's like a Mission
Yeah.
Impossible. Like these berries will self-destruct in fucking 30 seconds.
A lot of mold with berries. I do have to tell you, as someone who buys a lot of berries, you gotta get right through them. It's so funny. There's that really funny stand-up who has that bit where he's got an emergency. I'm sorry, I forget his name. I apologize, but he's got an emergency. He's got 5 avocados at home.
Oh yeah, Shang Wang.
It's so funny. It made me laugh so hard.
I got 5 avocados and one of them went ripe. Now I got a situation.
It's so funny.
All right.
I'm so sorry. Can we see? There's a little bit of a wider shot there. I'm sorry if I took it in that direction. I mean, maybe I should just show them to you on my phone here.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Monica's gonna superimpose it
Yeah.
on there anyway.
Just turn my phone on here.
Should we freak out Monica?
And text her.
I'm gonna call her on speaker and tell her that you're not here yet, and she will lose her goddamn mind. Do you want to hear Monica lose her mind?
I mean, I'm not into like pranks and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like, what if she starts crying and
you're
stuff?
so much nicer than I am. I was scared that she might start cursing you and be like, "I never liked that guy."
Here we go. You can just.
Is it these berries?
Oh yeah, that's. Yeah, that's a
This is
close up
chaos.
of the second level.
This is chaos. There are berry bowls. Oh my god, it's on a watermelon. I didn't even notice the
Oh
watermelon.
yeah, there's a quarter melon.
There's a
Yeah,
quarter
watermelon.
of a
kind of
watermelon,
old, actually.
and the bowl of strawberries is balancing on it precariously.
Yeah.
And the only thing holding it up is your bespoke dog food, and under the dog food are eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs are being crushed by a fucking
think they can
bag
handle
of
it.
dog
I
food.
think they can handle it.
And then on the other side of that, you have 2 open lemons.
Yeah. Just squeeze a little bit. I mean, why throw them away? There's still juice in there. Our lemons, by the way, from a lemon tree. Whatever. We have our own lemon tree. Whatever.
Great. You have is that why you bought the house for the lemon tree? Because you didn't get much house.
Actually, I
a tiny
planted.
kitchen.
I planted the lemon tree.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How long you been in this house?
20 years.
Oh wow. Your bowl of cherries with the bag for some. It's like they're out. I don't understand. You take them out of the bag.
Yeah, and put them
but
in a
then
bowl.
But then the bag is still in the fridge.
Yeah, the bag is back there, but I just put them in a bowl. I just like a bowl of cherries. I mean, it's not even a bit. I think you just eat cherries more if you. The grapes, for some reason, I keep them in a bag. I don't know why. I think they keep
There's
better.
so much chaos here. There's so much plastic. This looks like a scene out of Dexter, with all the plastic.
Yeah, we try to be conscious of the amount of plastic that we use. Sorry, Dan.
Wait, it doesn't sound like you are. It sounds like there's a. Are you trying to use more plastic? Because this sounds like someone is trying to be conscious of not using enough plastic, and they want to use extra plastic.
No, we're always trying to use less plastic.
This looks like you're
always.
trying to use all the plastic that
No,
you can fit
listen,
in there.
we just live in a society where they put fruit in plastic. Would I prefer it to be in a paper bag? Yeah. I mean, when I go up and they say paper or plastic, I always go. Actually, sometimes I say plastic because I used a kitty litter. I use like a plastic bag. So sometimes I say plastic.
Is there ever a moment where your
just cut that
dogs and
part out.
cats don't like come into your thoughts for something? Like it
I'm
seems
always
like
thinking about them. By the way, sitting here with you, I'm thinking I got to get back home.
that's not a nice thing to say.
You want to scroll through some of these? These are.
I think we got them all. No?
No, I sent a couple more.
Oh, you did? Oh, the Topo Chico.
Oh yeah, there we go. Those are I always have a row in my door of Topo Chicos. What do you call it? Topo Chico?
Topo Chico?
It's Topo Chico. Topo Chico.
It's not. It's Topo.
No, bro. It's Topo Chico.
You just said Topo.
No, Topo Chico.
You're slowly morphing it into Topo Chico.
No, Topo Chico. Topo Chico.
Yes, that's Topo Chico. I feel like
Isn't it an A? Isn't it TAPO?
no, it's O.
Oh, it's Topo Chico?
Yeah. And by the
Wait,
way,
is it, hold on a second. Is it A or O?
is it Topo?
With an O. Oh, shit.
Topo Chico.
I always thought it was Topo Chico.
Wait, what's your ethnicity? Oh, Asian.
I always thought it was Topo Chico. But you know what? I'm still, all right, listen, I get it that it's Topo Chico, but I don't know. There's something funny about being like, hey, let me get a Topo Chico.
Can I, now might be a great time to tell you that all this time throughout our friendship, you've been mispronouncing my last name.
Adhoot.
No,
Adhoot.
you've been Topo Chicoing my last name. And I never had a good time to tell you because you say it with such like these puppy dog eyes. And
Dan
I'm like,
Adhoot.
It's not.
Dan Adhoot. Dan Adhoot.
Yes.
Adhoot.
Yeah.
It'll never happen again, Dan. I'm embarrassed. Look, my face is like red. I'm redder than like a molding watermelon in a
You
fridge.
Topo Chicoed my name all this time.
It'll never happen again. Here we go. I love Topo Chico though. I drink it all the time. By the way, I always have cases. I buy it by the caseload.
Yeah.
By the way, cheaper Topo Chico at Smart and Final than it is at Erewhon, and it's the same Topo Chico, but at Erewhon it's like $20 a case, and at Smart and Final
It's Erewhon. You said Erewhon.
Adhoot.
A dude.
Heroin.
Heroin.
Oh, this is our bottom drawer. This is where a lot of the good shit is.
Okay, great. We have a lot of fun frozen stuff here. Well, we have the butter with sea salt.
That's the butter. That's
First
the First
Street.
Street butter. That's where all the butter comes from. Okay. And then what we have is I have daughters who are in high school. They love these peanut protein bars called Perfect Bars.
Do you allow the one who's bad at algebra to have the bars?
They're teenage and they just don't like eat anymore. Like I'm like, hey girls, can I make you eggs or something? And they're like, no. And I'm like, aren't you going to school and don't you have like an algebra final? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, you got to eat something. Like we got to eat. Like that's like the thing.
What all they want is like packaged, prepackaged things?
Sometimes don't even eat. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So the only thing they will eat that's like proteiny are these like called Perfect Bar peanut butter things.
Perfect Bar. If you're watching, you're getting a free plug here.
Yeah, teenagers love it. But again, much like high-end dog and cat food, got to be refrigerated. These Perfect Bars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
there's
that's
something in them.
This is the fridge or the freezer?
This is the fridge, man.
So you put them in a sort of hidden drawer in the fridge, but the dog foods, which could easily be in this hidden little drawer,
Oh, I guess you're right.
not affecting the
I guess
rest-
you're absolutely right. I could move dog food to this bottom hidden
Yes!
drawer.
That's what a normal fucking human would do. You first of all, you shouldn't have dog food in your fucking fridge. Get dumb Purina from Smart and Final like a normal human being. Your dog's food is better than your daughter's food. Your daughter's having processed shit bars, and your dog is having fresh food delivered to your home that needs to be refrigerated and served at the right temperature.
I think we're done here, Dan. That's so funny. Actually, you're absolutely right. I may have taken something away from this podcast episode where I should put the dog food in that bottom drawer. I think you're right.
Oh my God.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Dan.
Oh, you don't think it should be front and center at eye level when you open the fridge?
Yeah,
Tell me the truth. Did you
peop-
put it there just for fun?
I swear.
It's literally like
Dan,
that.
I'm not, by the way, look at me. Look me in the eye. You've known me for years now, Dan.
Yeah.
Am I someone who changes anything about myself for other people? Think about that long and hard.
No,
I don't.
you don't.
I didn't even move a thing from this fridge.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I thought this whole time this might be a bit.
No.
It's not a bit.
Not a bit. There you have it. There you have my fridge. And I did learn something. I am going to put that dog food maybe in the bottom drawer. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to go tonight and I'm going to try it out when I go
And
see all my
you
dogs
should also
and
put the
cats.
little cat food in there too if you can. There should be room for all of it. And also the bag
Now you're
of
asking too
dog
much.
food.
Nope. One step at a time, Dan. One step at a time.
Are you eating at any good restaurants lately these days?
Restaurants. There's a local Mexican place in my hood called Soli Luna, which is just like it's an old school.
Sun and the Moon.
Old school Southern California, no windows, air conditioner cranked up in the San Fernando Valley, 120 degrees outside, freezing cold inside. Old school burritos and margaritas and just like dark, great.
Like an that seems like a very LA thing, like the old school Mexican place that's been around forever. Lord knows what the food tastes like.
No windows.
No windows. El
AC.
Compadre.
El Compadre is a famous one that was in that famous movie with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Was El Compadre in that one?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
it
where they
was?
go. They go to hang out.
I thought it was the other. Well, they do also go to
Mousson Frank's,
Mousson
where
Frank's,
you and I went.
Our
But you
spot.
know, at El Compadre, that's where Sharon, God rest her soul, that's where Sharon Tate ate the night she was murdered.
Oh, actually? In
Yes.
life?
So
I just
it was.
said actually like I'm a teenager. Do your daughters do that? Actually?
No, what do my kids say now? They crash out. Why are you crashing out, Dan?
What is crash
Why are you
out?
crashing out?
What does
about
that
the
mean?
dog food. Why are you crashing out?
Oh,
Crash out is like freak out. Why are you crashing out?
I like that.
Yeah. That's what they say. And they also say like, I hate you. You're not my real father.
Oh, I don't know that all teenagers say that.
Oh. Okay.
don't know
Sorry.
if
Just cut
that's-
that part out.
That might not be. I don't think that's Gen Z talk.
But I've been going there. Our regular haunts. I love Bestia, downtown LA. That's a
Yeah.
fancy restaurant. Bavel, you and I have eaten there. It's sort of.
in New York.
I've gone to the one in LA with you.
Wait, Babo.
Bavel.
Oh, Bavel.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
Weird at
Is it really
pronouncing
Bavel?
things. You're so weird. You can't pronounce things, is what I'm realizing.
Dude, Bavel, like, is it really Bavel?
Yeah, you're Topo Chicoing and ad hooting Bavel.
Yeah. So I've been going out.
You've been going out.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when you post pictures of you at restaurants with other people, I get a little jealous.
Well, I mean,
I get a little jealous. I feel like, you know, when you and I met, our bromance went fast and furious.
yeah,
We were going out to eat. We went to plays.
sure.
Remember that play we went to?
Just to let everybody know, I made Dan go see a play, and it was not the best. Sometimes plays are hit or miss, and this
Yeah.
is a bad one. And
It was
Dan was
bad.
like, "What the fuck have you brought me to?" It was really funny.
The best is you leave and everyone's like, "That was brilliant. That was brilliant." And we're like, "Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Great."
It's funny. No, I try to like.
Well, it's sad because they come up to you and they're like,
You
"What
and
did
I
you
are
think?"
actors in this business, so you try to like see other mediums and like
Yeah.
try to be in tune with it all. You know, try to be open with it, and I try to be open with the theater. Look, I'm like a theater guy. You know.
Yeah. I think most I went to a musical in New York recently.
Yeah.
And it was the hot ticket in town,
Sure.
impossible to get into.
Sure.
It was
I've only got one shot.
am
Alexander Hamilton.
I'm not giving away my shot.
Yeah, is that the musical?
No, that's
oh.
Hamilton. That's Hamilton. It wasn't
Raymond Burr with the gun, or not Raymond Burr?
Aaron
Alexander
Burr.
Aaron Burr.
Alexander Burr.
Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr was the courtrooom guy.
Raymond
Raymond Burr was the actor who played not Matlock. Oh gosh, my edible just kicked in.
I almost want to remember the name of this place so I can shit talk it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No?
Because we might know people on it. Don't do it, please.
Okay.
All plays are good. We really don't.
All plays are good.
Yeah, Dan, come on. Try and be like positive, especially people are trying on.
Try and be positive.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. As a stand-up comic, you get on stage, and that audience is going to give
I
you
know.
a fucking authentic review
I know.
in real time of what they think about you.
I know.
Why do the musical people get off
Because
on us all being like, "Yeah, you're great"?
because
they're
in
all
a
getting-
time of social media, it's tough for things like musicals, which employ a lot of people in the arts, and we're all just trying to get butts into seats. So let's not
I'm not
say anything.
saying I don't like good musicals.
So
I think
let's-
Hamilton is a great example. I fucking love Hamilton.
So let's not say anything negative about musicals that are trying to do things. Let's try and encourage everybody to go because it's a fun medium. It's fun.
Okay. Anyway, go watch Schindler's List the musical. Apparently, you're getting a huge endorsement. I thought it was offensive.
From Dan. Oh shit, Dan Adut.
Wait, you shouldn't have to look up into the sky to get my name, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, thanks for not being one of those people who, when I've been saying for the last 5 years, ad hoot. Thanks for not being the guy like a dude.
I mean, I probably should have early on.
dude.
It was one of those things that like
a dude.
early on I should have.
Yeah.
I mean, we recorded a pilot for something, and you said, and here's my co-host Dan Adhood, and Monica later was like, "How? What are you're just gonna have him say?" I was like, "It's just a thing, I guess now. I don't know if I can." It's too late. It's too late to apologize.
Bevel.
Bevel. I'm going to get to the questions that I ask every guest, but I've asked you them already, but I'm curious if anything new comes up.
Sure.
Just let me know. Starting with your earliest food memory. I don't quite remember what you said the first time, but
My earliest food memory, I think, is probably going to be pizza.
Za. You grew up on Long Island.
Grew up in New York City, grew up in Manhattan.
City.
But just pizza, just spelling it. I remember figuring out how to spell it. I think as a kid, you see pizzerias everywhere, and you see the Pizza, and you recognize it, and it's good, and it's fun food.
There's a pizzeria in New York that I am trying my hardest to shame as much as I can and talk shit about on the air.
Dan, it's
I know that you might not
so
want to be a part of
negative.
it.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm getting like you're first of all you're like coming down on musical theater.
Yes.
Whisper the name of it to me just in case, like I know someone who works there or something.
I don't.
You don't even remember.
I don't remember. Let me find out. I'll text my brother.
Why are you trying to shame like a
I'm
small
not
business?
shaming. Oh, I'll tell you what happened, and then you tell me if I can shame them.
All right.
Okay, I'll make it quick because I've talked about this on multiple episodes now. Okay, go to this pizza restaurant. It's called Cello in the East Village. Okay, it's high on Portnoy's list. I love Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews. I love his app. It's actually very, very good for pizza. I trust it. He gave it an 8.2. Down. Let's go. I go to it, get the pizza. I'm with my brother. My brother gets a beer. He pays for the pizza and the beer, leaves a very nice tip. And I say, "Oh, can I get a glass of water?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, over there, bottom of the fridge." They had bottled Poland Spring. And I said, "Oh, no, it's fine. I just want a glass." And he's like, "Yeah, we don't do that." I was like, "You don't do that?"
Okay, let me defend them.
And he goes, "Yeah, we don't." I'm like, "Do you have a faucet?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Can you put water in the in the cup?" "No, we don't do that." And he smiled. He gives me this smug little fucking smile. After my brother tipped him nicely. And it was my origin story. And I started to turn into an evil, vindictive man. Fuck you, Cello!
Some people don't give water out, okay? Because some people just come in and ask for water, especially in the summer.
Dude, I wasn't
And-
someone coming in and asking for water.
I know,
I was
but-
a customer.
They just don't. They probably have. It's like a strict rule.
Nah, the way this guy's face was,
And New York is an expensive. Was it in the city?
yes.
New York is an expensive place. You can't be giving out cups of water.
That's the craziest take ever.
I know. Sorry,
Cups
Dan.
of water should be a right for every patron who goes into a restaurant.
Dan, it's not true.
Yes, it is.
It's not true. I'm just going to tell you, Dan. Dan, some restaurants have bills to pay, and if you want a water, go get a bottle of Poland Spring.
At 30 cents, make everything 30 cents more expensive. Make the pizza. The pizza was already very expensive. Instead of $5.50 a slice, make it $5.75 a slice, and let me have a fucking glass of water.
I don't agree. Some places have different policies.
I don't think that you.
And
don't,
when you walk into their world, you're walking into their world. They're not
know,
walking into yours.
You're just playing devil's advocate. You are. You're playing devil's advocate. If I came in here and said the opposite, you'd be like, "No, Dan, they should be giving water. Water's a
Dan,
right. It's
you're-
H2O.
okay, Dan.
There's 2 hydrogens. There's 1 oxygen. Everyone should have a right
Okay,
to it."
Dan, you're wrong. Okay, look, just to prove you wrong, say, "Hey, I went to this great pizza place, and it's so cool. They, I did ask for a glass of water, but they gave me bottled water, and act like it's not that big of a deal." Action.
So I went to this great pizza place.
Yeah, called.
It's called Cello.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can't do it. I can't do it. Fuck you, Cello.
Just try it. Come on, do it, Dan. Come
So
on.
what am I doing? I'm pretending.
You're pretending like it wasn't that big of a deal that you asked for a cup of water and they give you a Poland Spring
Okay,
and it doesn't
ready?
matter and
Okay.
everybody's and you're
Okay.
taking my position, and I'm
Okay.
going to show you what
Yeah.
this podcast would sound like if I agree, I
Okay.
agreed with you.
Yeah, so I went to this pizza place, and
Called
it was called Cello in the East Village. 8.2 on Portnoy's app.
expensive?
Kind of, not crazy, but for an 8.2, I'm willing to spend a couple more bucks. And so I get my slice of regular, and I actually left out a detail in the
Oh,
first
yeah.
story, but let me just go with this.
Okay.
I get my slice. My brother gets his slice, and he gets a beer. He tips really nicely, especially because we're walking up to the counter. It's not like we're being served.
Sure.
but
He
still
tips nicely. Yeah, there's no
20%.
service. Yeah.
the whole thing. And then I wanted like a glass of water. And so I
Sure.
was like,
Just a glass.
just a glass, just to quench my. It was a hot day, it was a super hot day in New York, and I was like, "Oh, can I get a glass of water?" And he said, "Oh yeah, actually the fridge at the bottom." And I saw he was pointing to like a stack of Poland Springs, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't need a bottle, just a glass." And he's like, "Oh yeah, we don't do that." And I was like, "Oh, all good." And so I grabbed the bottle of water, and I fucking opened his mouth, and I fucking shoved it in.
No, Dan.
And I
No,
fucking
Dan. No, Dan.
shoved
No,
that
Dan.
plastic
No,
in
Dan.
his
No,
goddamn
Dan. No,
neck
Dan.
and lodged it in there like he was a baby seal.
No, Dan.
And then
Dan,
I grabbed his head and
Dan-
I said, "You thirsty?"
Dan, I got to tell you, it's not that big of a deal. A lot of places, especially in New York, do that. And I got to tell you, too, like, it's because people come in and just ask for a water.
I'm not
And
people. I'm not
Dan,
people.
It's a rule. They probably don't even have a cup there. They probably don't even have a cup. They probably don't even have a cup.
You want to make a fucking bet they have a cup? You want to make a goddamn bet they have a cup?
You think that they serve fountain drinks in back of the...
Watch. We're gonna call them right now and see if they have cups. Okay? We're gonna do that. How does that sound to you?
All right.
Okay?
Let me call and ask.
Okay, fine.
Hi, Trellis.
Hey, Vinny Boombatsa, I got a table for two later tonight. Hey, do you have cups that you just serve like water with, or is it just like bottled water?
We have bottled water, and we also have Topo Chico sparkling water.
Topo.
Oh, I'll be there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God!
Topo.
Did she say Topo Chico?
She said Topo.
She said Topo Chico.
No.
I'm pretty sure I heard her say
She
Topo
said
Chico.
Topo.
By the way, Dan, you need to like take whatever is up your butt and relax. This is nice lady, nice establishment.
This wasn't who
I
was
can't wait to
served
go
me.
there.
Who served me was this hipster-looking Indian guy.
Dude,
Hipster
chill.
Indian
Take
dude.
it down a notch, Dan.
Hipster.
Take it down a notch, Dan. Seriously, Dan, a dude.
I'm like, my eyes are watering.
Oh, a couple things we got out of this podcast. I'm gonna move my dog food I'm gonna hide it. Now that you made me shameful of feeding my dogs cold food, and also that I'm gonna pronounce your name properly from this point moving forward. Dan, a dude.
I appreciate that. Although it is kind of charming that you call me Ad Hoot and you're the only person who does it. So I give you carte blanche.
You
if
like it
want.
now, yeah, but
If
it's
you wanna
over
keep
now,
doing
buddy.
it.
You changed it.
If you want to keep doing it, you're allowed.
I don't want to offend anyone. You changed it, dude. You changed it.
What's the
This
best,
is what you wanted.
What's the best high-end meal you've ever had? Last time I think you said that restaurant that you and your wife go to in the neighborhood. It was like a fancy steakhouse that you guys like.
We love Mastro's because we love the butter cake there.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Anywhere else?
That's a really good meal. I do eat a lot of red meat still. I've been off the steak a little bit. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting older and it's just like not like calling me as much anymore. I've been eating a lot of pork chops lately.
Whoa.
I've been on a
Pork
pork
chops.
kick.
That's so funny because I'm late. I come late to the pork game. I grew up a good Jew and I ended up a bad Jew. But pork chops to me are, I'm gonna say, one of the most
Take your time, Dan.
Thank you.
Take your time.
They're one of the worst cuts of pork most of the time, unless they're the good ones, and then they're great. But most of them are pretty shitty. Most of them are overcooked horribly, super dry.
Well, people don't like pink pork.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the problem. The only time you can get a good pork chop, in my opinion, there's a breed that I like called the Red Wattle Pig. Okay? The red wattle pig has a very good meat that is a medium, like at a medium rare even. There's a restaurant in New York called Vinegar Hill House in Brooklyn where you can get yourself a red wattle pork chop, and it's served like medium rare. And it is divine. You know what's also great about there? You can get a glass of water to go with that pork chop, not have to pay for the water, and just eat the fucking pork chop on like Cello's Pizza, where you'd have to pay for the bottle for their dumb non-heirloom pizza. No, but this is an heirloom breed of pig that is red. Like the meat is like
Try it.
The meat is almost red. Don't you find most pork chops to be dry?
I like them cooked a little bit. I get a little scared when I see
do?
pink. Yeah, I say cook it through. Now, sometimes you go to a fancy restaurant and they say chef's not going to do that. And by the way, chef, like when you go to a fancy restaurant where you go, hey, make that pork chop well done, please, and like give a wink, like I'm gonna tip. And then they go, chef is gonna prepare it how chef is gonna prepare it.
Yeah.
And I don't complain when that happens, but I do. I have been incorporating more pork into my diet.
How do you feel about it when they use the word chef as a pronoun?
I think it's cool. I
Instead
mean,
of
we all
saying,
watch The Bear.
Oh, the chef won't do that. The chef, no, but they it's like the chef is a deity. Like the chef.
Yeah,
is
I think the
Cher.
chef is the boss. I mean, I think I'm just saying.
Yeah, but if you're getting plumbing work done in your home, and you're like, oh yeah, I wanted to replace the galvanized plumbing in this section of the house, and he's not going to say, oh, plumber can't do that.
Plumber's going to do what plumber's going to do.
Plumber's not going to do that. He's going to say the plumber. Oh, the plumber said he can't do that.
Right, but typically the person you're calling the plumber is that person there, so it would be like a third person thing. So
Right.
I think it was a how do I say this without assigning gender? A wait person, a waiter,
A wait person.
a waiter.
A wait person.
I don't want to say
A
waitress
server.
or waiter.
Server seems to be.
Server.
It's funny. Server seems to be the more accepted version.
Server.
Although, because they say you don't want someone to wait on you. That seems offensive. But having
Server.
someone serve you seems just
Server.
as offensive.
So the server
You don't want
was
to get
like,
into it. Just say I don't want to get into it.
yeah, I don't want to get into it. It's like too deep stuff. It's the server referred to them as chef, and I was into it. It's like, by the way, it made me obedient really fast. I was like, well, whatever chef wants, yeah.
It made me obedient. Oh, that's good. That's good. You like obedience. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't say, can you see if this chef can serve this pork chop really cold? Because it's summer, and this dog likes his food cold.
Vichyssoise is the cold soup, right? That's not the fish soup, right?
Vichyssoise.
Vichyssoise is it's either the fish soup or it's a cold soup.
I think vichyssoise.
Yeah, look it up. I think vichyssoise is a cold soup, like a gazpacho, or vichyssoise is a fish soup.
It might be a fish soup,
Yeah.
but I don't. Vichyssoise soup. Here we go. Vichyssoise is a smooth and creamy potato and leek soup,
Cold or hot?
typically served cold.
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah! I beat you, Dan. I beat you in food
This
knowledge.
is your podcast now.
I beat you. You have met your match. I win. You lose. Checkmate. Checkmate.
I tip my head down
Yeah.
in shame.
Yeah. Down a doot.
I grant you this victory.
A doot.
You beat me at podcast.
You sure that's not the Canadian pronunciation of your last name? Down a doot.
A doot.
A doot.
A doot.
Adhoot. Hey, this is Dan Adhoot. Yeah.
You know how you're
I apologize.
You want to know how you're supposed to pronounce it?
Yeah.
Achdoot.
Let's go.
No.
Dan, from now on, buddy.
If your wife does romaine and not then I'll do achdoot. Okay? Have a talk with Rebecca and we'll see what comes back. I like to end the podcast by asking the guests if they have any restaurant pet peeves that they, and last time when I asked you this was when the light turned green and you were like, Danny, I gotta go. So I ask you now, any interesting restaurant pet peeves?
Restaurant pet peeves. I noticed something that came from COVID is that you cannot go to a restaurant without making some sort of digital reservation these days.
Ah, yeah.
The days of saying, hey, let's go to Cello and see if we can grab a table are over.
Right.
And I'm not blaming any one person. And I'm certainly not blaming the person who has to host. But it seems to me that a lot of restaurants that I want to go to, if I get out of a movie with my wife and go, hey, let's just pop over and see if they can take us. I'm kind of hungry. You walk up. You can't even slip someone a 20 anymore. It's like a digital age.
Yeah.
It's you walk up and you go, hey, can you do 2 for dinner? We promise to eat really fast. And it's almost impossible to get a table these days. They go, you don't have a reservation? And you'll say no. And they'll go, sorry, it's not going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
And I think it's the digitalization of booking restaurants. Now, that said, I'm sure it helps restaurants. I'm not in the service industry anymore, but I'm sure it helps them in ordering food. How many dinners are they going to do? What can they expect if they have this many
I'm
reservations?
sure it's more efficient for them.
You know, if we have this many reservations, we know we're going to probably do this many dinners. Like I get the plus side, but for an old school guy who just wants to get his lady a meal before they go home on a Friday night, it's a bummer because I have to. If I get out of a movie with my wife, I have to fire up Open Table or I have to fire up Resy and see where we can get in.
I agree with you. It's taken a lot of the sexiness out of going to a restaurant, having a relationship with the restaurant, or slipping them a little something to like that sexiness is kind of gone, and it's been replaced with at 12:01 we open our reservations, so make sure on June 16th at 12:01 we open our reservations for the next month. And I'm like, that's so gross. And also everyone's fucking asking their assistants to do it, and just like, also they don't put all the reservations out on the digital thing. It's all a little weird and nebulous, and I do hate it. I'm with you on this.
So that's it. But I don't think I've never verbalized that. B, I don't want to be like an old man yelling at clouds. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's the new school, so I adhere to it.
You don't want to crash out on it.
You
don't want to crash out.
Are you crashing out? You crashing out. Dan, you're crashing out on Cello.
I crashed out on Cello.
You crashed out on him.
I
just said, get a bottle of water.
Did you hear how she said it? We have water or Topo Chico.
She seemed very nice. I can't wait to go.
Nice. And it sounded crowded there, too, which pissed me off.
Oh, by the way, you should find out legally if you can put people on the air without telling them.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Well, I think you can if it's like fair use, if it's fun.
Dan, you're making that up. You don't know legally. You don't know jack shit legally.
know
Like, who
jack
are you?
shit.
Like, suddenly, like, giving legal advice at the Diddy trial. Get out of here, dude. You don't know what you're talking about.
Is there anything we didn't cover that you'd like to cover?
Nah, I'm pretty good. You know what's funny? I do have this thing. I gotta give a plug on this show. I have a thing where I review restaurants on Yelp all the time, and it's always positive. So don't look for negative stuff, people.
I gave a 1-star review to Cello. Just so you know, if you look at mine, there's a 1-star review to Cello.
on Yelp.
Yeah.
So I've never given a 1-star review. Everything gets 5 stars and it's good, but they're always pretty funny. And
Are you plugging your Yelp right now?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Follow me on Yelp.
How do I follow you on Yelp?
I don't know. Look up Jerry O'Connell on Yelp.
What are you talking about?
Read some of my reviews.
Wait.
They'll be out there.
You're plugging. You have all these things you can plug, and you're plugging your Yelp. This is my favorite thing about you that's ever happened in life. How do you search for someone on?
I'm sure you could write in Jerry O'Connell, O', put an apostrophe in there, O' CONNELL.
Okay, I'm just typing it in like where you would type in the restaurant, and no, it hasn't come up. I will figure this out. How do I find Yelpers? Can you just Google Jerry O'Connell on Yelp?
Yeah, try it.
Vichyssoise just came up. Jerry O'Connell on Yelp. Okay. Let's see. He's known for his entertaining Yelp reviews,
Yeah.
particularly one about Tom Tom Restaurant and
Oh,
Bar
yeah.
in West Hollywood.
Yeah, it's a bar that's owned by a couple of Bravo celebrities, and I made references to all Bravo shows. It was a funny Yelp review.
Oh, this is a big thing with you and your Yelp.
Yeah.
There's like articles written about it.
I don't know if there's articles written about it.
There's an article written about it right here. Yeah. Jerry O'Connell's Tom Tom Yelp review is filled with the best Bravo Easter eggs. Bustle.com.
Right. Well, I did a funny one for I do a lot of those Bravo celebrities have restaurants and bars, and I
Yeah.
always go to them and give them very positive reviews, but always throw in jokes about the shows that they're on or Bravo celebrities. It's funny.
That's so good. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
But I do like real reviews as well.
Okay, so follow Jerry on Yelp, everyone. That's the plug.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, Jerry. I
love
love
you, Danny.
so much.
It hoot.
Nope. Almost. Yeah.
Dude, shit.